Emmanuel Macron is India's Republic Day guest this year. Both countries are likely to have major announcements in defense, strategic sectors amid developing bilateral relations over the past 7 years. This visit caps the 25th anniversary celebrations of this strategic partnership. Here's the detailed report.
At short notice comes a long-term friend, President of the French Republic. Emmanuel Macron is India's chief guest at the 75th Republic Day.
I think it's an indication of an unconditional commitment to the strategic partnership that France has got with India. I also think it's an indication of magnanimity on his part, because as you say, he accepted it at short notice, because it comes close on the heels of Prime Minister India's visit to Paris on Basti Day last July. So there's only one way to look at it, frankly, and that is that it's a demonstration of France's unconditional commitment to the partnership with India.
India and France are likely to have major announcements in defense, strategic sectors, as the two have been consistently developing the bilateral relations over the past 7 years. This visit caps 25th anniversary celebrations of the strategic partnership. Previously, the two leaders met 6 times in 2023 alone. The Indo-French partnership draws strength, trust and consistency from a shared sense of strategic relations in defense and security, civil nuclear matters and space. Those are the principal pillars of this partnership, which now includes a strong Indo-Pacific component as well. This has boosted business and trade between the two countries.
In recent years, India-France relationship has broadened into many domains, including counter-terrorism, maritime security, sustainable development, digitalization and cybersecurity, among others. The salience of this relationship is growing in an ever-changing and complex geopolitical environment, with the focus clearly on their respective national ambitions. With VT journalist Prem Chandra Mishra in Jaipur, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
French President Emmanuel Macron is going to be the chief guest of Republic Day. Both Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Macron shared a warm relationship and continue to do so. Here's a special report.
"39-year-old Emmanuel Macron won the French presidential election on the 7th of May 2017, making him the youngest president ever in the history of France. Five years later, though, his centrist coalition lost its absolute majority, resulting in a hung parliament. He formed France's first minority government in nearly 3 decades. It's been nearly 2 years, and in all of his nearly 7-year-long rule, Emmanuel Macron has been able to create a strong bond with Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. In his first presidency, while the French Premier paid only one visit to India along with his better half in March 2018, Prime Minister Modi was in France twice. As part of his 4-nation tour, Prime Minister Modi was in Paris in June 2017.
फ्रांस और भारत के कल्चरल रिलेशन एक हमारी साझी विरासत है, और आज जैसा राष्ट्रपति जी ने बताया, इसके बाद हम श्रद्धांजलि सुमन अर्पित करने के लिए जा रहे हैं। हिंदुस्तान के 1.5 लाख से ज्यादा लोगों ने प्रथम और द्वितीय विश्व युद्ध में शांति के लिए शहीद हो गए, बलिदान दे दिया। उनको श्रद्धांजलि देने के लिए राष्ट्रपति जी भी समय निकाल करके हम दोनों साथ जा रहे हैं। ये भारत के उन वीर आत्माओं के लिए मैं समझता हूं एक बहुत बड़ा आपका जेस्चर है।
A little over 8 months later, when the Macrons came to Delhi, their Indian host took them on a tour to Agra, Mirzapur and Varanasi. While the two inked 14 intergovernmental deals in the capital city. Most important among them were reciprocal logistics support between the respective armed forces of the two countries, joint strategic vision of the India-France cooperation in the Indian Ocean region, and the India-France joint vision for space cooperation. India was hosting an international summit on solar power, and Prime Minister Modi took President Macron to Mirzapur to inaugurate a 100-megawatt solar power park built by the French firm ENGIE.
Mr. Prime Minister, you made a dream, and we did it. It was about this International Solar Alliance. It was 2 years ago, it was just an idea at that time, and we decided all together to act very concretely. And today is a big chance.
Nearly a year and a half later, the Prime Minister of India was in France once again in August 2019 at the special invitation of President Emmanuel Macron for the 2019 G7 summit. India was one of the goodwill partners. The two leaders met for a bilateral meeting in the historic Chateau in Chantilly. It paved the way for the India-France roadmap on cybersecurity and digital technologies and 4 other agreements.
यह मेरे लिए एक यादगार पल है। G7 समिट के लिए राष्ट्रपति मैक्रोन द्वारा आमंत्रण, भारत और फ्रांस के बीच स्ट्रैटेजिक पार्टनरशिप और मेरे प्रति उनके मैत्री भाव का उदाहरण है।
Right after President Macron took over his second term, the Indian Prime Minister was in Paris during a 3-nation Europe tour in May 2022. They hugged and had a tête-à-tête at the French President's official residence at the Élysée Palace. It was a meeting that deepened their bonhomie, overcoming an age gap of 27 years. The next year, when Prime Minister Modi came to Paris to attend the Bastille Day military parade, where a tri-service Indian military contingent also participated, he was awarded with the Legion of Honor, the highest civilian award of France.
मैं अपने मित्र प्रेसिडेंट मैक्रो के साथ नेशनल डे परेड का हिस्सा बनूंगा। ये आत्मीयता सिर्फ 2 देशों के नेताओं के बीच नहीं है, बल्कि ये भारत फ्रांस की अटूट दोस्ती का प्रतिबिंब है, रिफ्लेक्शन है।
And they hugged each other at the Champs-Élysées. French President Emmanuel Macron met his Indian friend only 2 months later during the G20 summit at Delhi. They recalled 6 decades of India-France space cooperation. India was basking in the glory of the successful Chandrayaan-3 launch. Emmanuel Macron's return to India within 3 months as the chief guest of the 75th Republic Day celebration reveals the warmth of the Indo-French friendship developed in the decade-long rule of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He is the second French president to grace as chief guest in the Indian Republic Day celebration since François Hollande in 2016.